Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, KingStix. I'm going to be showing you how to play Cho'Gath Jungle. Quick disclaimer, it's not quite as good as Gragas or Malphite Jungle, but it can be good in some situations. I really like him in the matchups like Mundo, where they stack a lot of armor and magic resist and you just cut through them with your ult. So first off, you're going to want to start on your red buff and get a leash. If you don't get a leash, you might have to smite it because you will take a lot of damage. After red buff, the rest of your clears are actually insanely healthy. As I'm taking golems, which is a very strong camp, I'm going to smite the big one to finish it, and then I'm going to AoE clear the camp. I'm pretty much full HP, and I haven't even used a refillable potion. For your items on Cho'Gath, I highly recommend you start with the Hunter's Talisman and refillable potion, and like you'll see here, you'll be full health after you take your red buff. After you take red in these camps, you should be full health, very healthy, almost like a better version of a Mumu jungle. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Fog of War just for myself. After you finish your red side of your jungle and you're crossing over, I recommend looking for a gank. That way you can get out some early pressure. If you only power farm, you won't have much agency over the game. The reason I didn't want to go top was because Quinn got an early push, hit level 2 before Darius, and I didn't want to waste my time. And if I went here, I would have potentially been giving away my whole blue side jungle to Dr. Mundo. So I don't recommend ganking on the same side that you start on Cho'Gath unless you're immediately going to back and buy your boots for your predator. So what I like to do is full red side clear into my blue, and then after blue I can either gank the near side lane or mid lane. So here Lux is a reasonable gank and the bot lane is a reasonable gank. Neither one of them have any mobility, the Ashe and Nami, so it should be a really easy gank. You're going to start with your E at level 1, Q level 2, W level 3. Right now I'm just waiting for them to move up in a favorable position for me to gank. As I'm coming in, I'm keeping a close eye on them. This is probably warded. They react. It's okay. I'm going to walk all the way into them. Ashe just blew her flash, and I still haven't used any of my spells. You don't want to use your spells until they've used their escape. So now that Ashe has no flash, I could Q her at this point. I want to get to the Nami. I'm going to E her, knock her up, and then I'm going to try to stay on top of the Ashe. I silence her. Going to keep autoing with my red buff, keep blocking off her escape route, and I have enough damage on my red buff and my E's to just straight up solo her. Cho'Gath damage is relatively high as long as you can keep getting off autos, and this is huge. Getting that early gold is massive. If this gank didn't materialize, I could have gone mid, and then after either one of these ganks, scuttle should be up. So after you do your 3 camp red side into blue, gank, do scuttle, then you can look for another gank and recall. You don't want to be recalling any later than like 4:10, 4:15, because you want to be able to come back from base and do your golems right as they spawn in, because level 6 power spike is huge for you. And since we are running predator, getting back to base without wasting too much time on the map is important. Lux has been pushed up on my Diana this whole time, so I don't want to just run out of this bush. If I do that, she'll see me run away. If I can get behind her before she sees me, that's huge. So in this case, I take the slightly longer route. I come up behind her. I'm going to hold on to my spells, walk her down a bit. The moment she throws out her Q, look what I do. Since she has to stand still for a second to throw out Q, it lets me set up an easy Q myself. I knock her up. Mundo's here, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to flash. I don't want to die. If I didn't flash, I think I would have had to flash over here as they kept chasing me. So I just figured, you know what? Let's not cut it close. Let's go ahead and just back off. I thought Mundo was going to cleaver me when I was standing right here, so I threw out a Q, but he was just baiting out me to stay. A little bit unfortunate. As you see, my golems are up now. I should have been back and headed on my way, but I ended up having to stay for the minion wave, and I thought I might have been able to kill Mundo if he tried to hit me with cleaver under turret. I'm back. My golems are up. My raps will spawn in here in a second, and at this point, I should have already been on my raptors. So my clear is a little bit off. Thankfully, I got some minion experience to help supplement that. And I am going to go ahead and skip my golems because I have my predator. I just got my boots, and I see Quinn is shoving up. This should be easy. It's okay to predator from a distance since it does last for 15 seconds. So don't beat yourself up about having to save it for too long. You can use it from all the way back here and still have time. She now sees it, but I can get all the way behind her. Once again, you want to get on top of them first. I closed the distance, and then once I was on top of her, I blue smited her. Now I'm going to auto an E. Now that she's slowed and has used all of her dashes and flashes, we can just kill her for free. If you immediately throw out your Q the moment you get there without slowing them first with your E or your blue smite, then you're never going to be able to land your Q, and that is important. I soaked the minion XP, helped Darius shove wave. Now I can look to farm my jungle into 6 and play around my predator boot cooldown. Whenever it's up, you should really be looking for a gank, and whenever your ult's up, you should be looking for a gank as well. In plat and lower, enemies will typically shove up if they have the range advantage. So for example, Quinn and Lux have been shoved up the whole game because they're range champs in the melees. So that's something to look for if you are plat and lower. Even in diamond, you'll see that a lot. I am level 6 now. I'm looking to gank Lux. I see she just probably worded it because she walked over there. So I don't think I can gank it at this point. She's backing off. I might as well just do my Raptors, clear out my red buff, and I can wait on my Predator boots. As you can see here, they're almost back up. I come back top. Quinn is, I didn't see her going for a ward, and I know she has no flash because I just ganked her. Gonna walk out, blue smiter, auto attacker, and keep trying to walk in front of her so she can't dash off of me back. She dashes on the Darius. She was dead. She has no flash. She's not going to be able to get away. After I slow with my autos, I hit her with my W, and I don't even use my Q yet because she's not really trying to run, so trying to land it might be kind of tricky. If the enemies aren't making their direction very clear, you don't have to use Q. You can just keep autoing, use W, and hold on to it for as long as you feel like you need to. Unless you have to use it or your teammate's going to die, just hold on to your Q for as long as possible, because it's very easy to dodge and it's very easy to see coming. The longer you hold on to it, the more comfortable the opponents will get and they'll make more mistakes. On Cho'Gath Jungle, I don't recommend going Cinder Hulk because it takes away a lot of your early game pressure, takes away a lot of your damage, a lot of your ganking power, a lot of your 1v1 one-shots. I highly recommend going for the Stalker's Blade, Runic Echoes, so you can one-shot people and get out some massive early game pressure and also speed up your clears a little bit on single monster camps. There's not much going around the map right now, so I'm just farming it up. I just used my ult on a monster camp since all my camps are up right now, might as well. And there wasn't an easy gank since my Predator boots were still down and the waves were in a weird spot. So right now I go for Dragon because we just killed Ashe bot lane. I see Mundo. This should be free for me to solo it. And I take it pretty comfortably. I am getting a little low on health, all things considered, but I am soloing it as a Cho'Gath Jungle. Preferably save your ultimate to take a dragon like this. Like when I used it on blue buff, we hadn't killed Ashe yet, so I didn't know, but ideally you want to be using your Cho'Gath ultimates on dragon, herald, baron, because it adds to your permanent stacks. Whenever you use it on a monster or minion, you can only do that 6 times before it doesn't keep stacking. So here I use my Predator. I see Mundo is in his jungle. I saw him off of a ward and I want to try to kill him. So I Predator from a distance. I want to run him down. The closer you are, they can see your Predator. So once I'm right about here, he can see the little Predator mark over his head, but since this is only like platinum elo, I didn't think he was going to react. I just ran the faster path because I knew he wouldn't react, and now watch this. I've hit my level 6 power spike, I have Predator on, which does damage, and I also have my full jungle item, and I noticed he didn't, and he's also missing a little bit of health, so watch this. I blue smite him to slow him down. I auto attack him. Now that he's slowed, I W him, and now I'm going to ult. I don't even throw out my Q because I don't need to. It's that easy. If you don't need to use your Q, you don't have to. Unless they don't see you coming, unless you're waiting in a bush and you use your Q, it's usually not that great to use. And we're going to be maxing our Q last anyways, so we're not missing out on too much damage. We just one-shot Dr. Mundo, guys. He's building tank. We one-shot him when he was nearly full HP. That's the power of Cho'Gath. Once you have your level 6 power spike, you have your jungle item power spike, it's huge. Ashe is way pushed up. Morgana gets the kill. I'm going to shove in wave. On Cho'Gath Jungle, main things. Make sure you're ganking when your Predator's up. Make sure you're ganking when your ultimate's up. And try not to gank too early in the game because they'll give away too much information to the enemies. And you want to try to red, golem, wrap, blue buff, gank. And then you can scuttle, gank, recall. It's pretty much that easy, guys. Nami's under turret. Here I wanted more just snare and then we just one-shot her. I don't have ult yet, so I really do need the more snare damage. So right now I'm trying to clear the minions for Morg to hit her, but she never really does, and then we just have to back off. And then I reset. Now I'm going to go back, set up a full clear. I don't have my Predator boots quite yet, but they're about to be up. So I can go do a gank on Quinn because my red buff's not up. And it looks like I did just use my ultimate on those golems because I'm just trying to get stacks. I still haven't used it very many times on minions or monsters. I don't really want to take Rift Herald while my ultimate's down because that's a wasted stack. In this situation, it also wouldn't be good since I don't have my mid laner here. It's kind of risky because Lux could rotate on me with Mundo. So instead, I'm going to use my Predator and I'm going to run down this Lux. Watch how I play it. So I don't want to run straight at her like this because then she can just snare me. So I'm going to run over here, cut off her escape route. She has nowhere to go. The moment I see her, I turn back around. Predator lasts for 15 seconds. Just going to run her down. Notice how I don't throw out a Q or a W or an E. Predator lasts for 15 seconds. I can just run her down. She has no snare. I'm going to give her a big old kiss. Auto attack W, auto attack. It's that easy, guys. You don't got to be fancy. You don't got to try to land your Q. just run him down, make sure they've already wasted an ability. She had no snare, so it was really easy. If she did still have snare, I would have had to play it a little bit tighter. I didn't even have my ult. Killed her with just 3 E's and a W. See, Mundo's mid. I could one-shot him. I might actually one-shot him here. He's underneath turret. I'm 2 levels up on him. I see he doesn't really have that many items yet. As long as I land my Q, this is a free kill, or if Diana sucks him. What should have happened here is Diana's pull to 0 damage, so it actually won't aggro Mundo. So she could run up, pull him into herself, leading to an early me doing an easy Q. What I should have done here was just walk up to him. I got greedy because my minions are about to die, but I throw out a Q, obviously gonna miss. Blue smite, W, E, R, easy kill, just killed a tank underneath turret. And I don't even have any tank items, guys, but I took 4 or 5 shots there without even dying when I didn't even have full health, because Cho'Gath has a lot of HP off of his ult. You gotta keep your eyes open when you're playing Cho'Gath. You're not the fastest champion in the game. You gotta play smart. You gotta outthink your opponents. I'm gonna go for my blue buff. My Predator's about to be up. Always keep an eye on it. So right now I'm thinking I need to watch the lanes while I'm farming this. And since I don't see anything coming together, I'm just gonna take these at once. My Predator actually isn't quite up yet. They are shoved, so I know I can gank this for free. I could flash wall. If Plant wasn't here, I could walk around. But since Plant's here, I'm just going to hit Plant. And I'm going to run them down. I'm going to cut off their pathing. Since they were in this bush, we have the damage. I felt comfortable throwing out an early Q since I don't think they can one-shot me. And the only way for them to escape if I didn't really use a Q. And then they got into this bush and then flashed. But since I'm using it here, even if they would have flashed it, I could have still ran them down. So I threw out a bit of an early Q. W, both of them. Blue smiter, ultimate, and she's dead. Flash for the Nami. Unfortunately, she had flash, so she gets away. And that's the big issue with Cho'Gath's Q. If the enemy has flash, realistically, you're not going to be landing it. I use my Predator to run Nami down. She is pretty much full HP, and I don't have ult because I just used it on Ashe. A little unfortunate. I outround her bubble. W, E, IQ. She dodges it. Big problem with Cho'Gath Q. Since she was slowed, I could have actually landed it, but I was just really sloppy. So I outrun her bubble because I saw it coming. W, E. Now that she's slowed and silenced, if I would have just thrown it neutral, so if I would have put this right over here like this, it would have killed her. She would have had nowhere to go since she's slowed. She's still slowed from my vorpal spike. So that was just a really bad Q on my part, really sloppy. That should have been a kill. Just poorly played by me. And now we just have to back off. Dodge Luxul because I'm a god. On Cho'Gath, for your items, after you have jungle item, you got your mercs, you're usually going to be going for a dead man's. It gives you so much armor and so much speed, you just can't beat the value. If you're not going to go for dead man's, you're going to be going for a righteous glory. And then after that, his items are fairly situational. Gargoyle Stone Plate is a great buy. Warmog's a great buy. Going for an Hourglass can be good. It's just very, very situational. Right now, my Predator's down. My ultimate's about to be up, so I'm looking to kill her. I'm going to run her down. She has herself up against a wall, so if I throw it neutral, like right here, she won't really have anywhere to go. But I'm just going to keep running. I know I'm faster than her. Whenever you're thinking about all-inning somebody, press tab, and then you can look at their items. Press tab, see she doesn't have tier 2 boots. I just proceed to run her down. Blue smite, E, and it's a free kill. I didn't even have to use Predator or anything like that. Once she put herself right here, it makes it very easy because she can't juke into the wall. She can't juke into the turret, so I could have thrown this much more neutral. I threw it really far out in front. She could have juked backwards, but then would have probably gotten autoed. I could have put it more centered here since the wall and turret made it easy. I threw it out a little bit too far in front. She ends up flashing it, and I guess I just have to let her go. I thought I had that kill. Oh well. End up using my ultimate on the Grant, still getting more permanent stacks. I kind of wish I would have held on to my ult though, because I see the enemies. There's like 2 or 3 of them mid, and I definitely could have killed one of them. So I end up just having to back off, sitting on Predator. I go back, get my dead man's, get a little bit more AP, and I want to set up something on Dragon, and I really want to ult it because my ult's gonna be up in 20 seconds. On Cho'Gath, a massive strategy is to get bush control. With bush control, whenever the enemies go toward it, or if they step into it, it makes it really easy for you to land your full combo. So here I'm waiting for Nami. She wards the bush. I guess where she is wrong. I throw out my Q in a really bad spot, and she gets away. But it was worth a try. We should be taking Dragon so I can get a permanent stack. Right now I've used my ultimate on 5 minions / monsters, and I can only get 1 more permanent stack off of that. So I need to be looking to ult champions and dragons so that way I can keep perma stacking. Our Diana just got herself killed, so we do have to give up Dragon, which is very unfortunate on Cho'Gath. You really don't want to be giving those up. I see the enemy's out of position, so I Predator. I run her down, Blue Smiter, E, W, ult, another free stack. I didn't have to ult, I just wanted to so I can keep scaling. I could have just finished her off with an auto. The cool thing about Predator is as you Predator onto them, you can even Blue Smite them, and it doesn't waste your Predator proc. It lets you keep running like you saw there. If I knew her team wasn't nearby, I would have just ran her down and probably saved my Blue Smite, because Blue Smite's so valuable on Cho'Gath. Here, if I had my ult, we could probably win this. Since I don't have my ult, I'm like, you know what? No reason to really fight this. Go ahead, take Scuttle, and run away. You need to know when to fight certain battles. This is really stupid. People will do this in mid-low elo all the time. If you see them popping up a Herald on Cho'Gath, don't try to W them. Just hit them with a max range Q. It's super easy to land. It's quick enough to stop it. And that just saved our mid turret. Really, really, really funny. I'm just farming while they're doing this because I can't do anything anyways. They were going to get our turret regardless because several of my teammates got picked. Quinn once again out of position. I don't have Predator, but if I did, I probably would have used it. Darius ran her down into a bush. Another free ultimate stack for me. Gonna take that. I am getting 1,200 bonus HP off of my ultimate. That is insane. So I basically have 2 free Warmugs right now in terms of HP. My ultimate's on cooldown. I wasn't looking to really do a fight there. In the mid-late game on Cho'Gath, you're looking for solo picks or you're looking to pill for your backline. Using your Qs and Ws defensively are very easy to land. So either get picks, because the enemies are out of position with your Predator like this. She's out of position, I'm going to run her down. Or you just pill for your backline in Teamfight. Luck's out of position, I'm going to run her down. E, she put herself in this turret. I did the same mistake where, do you see I throwing it out so far out in front of her? She's already pinned between the turret and the wall. I could throw it much more neutral. Still favoring in the front side of her. But I could have thrown it much more neutral since I already have her slowed with my E and my Blue Smite. So I end up landing it because she's bad. Blue Smiter, keep slowing her, and then I Q to kill her. Even though I do die here, I do still think it was worth it to get the... I shouldn't have flashed, but it was still worth it to get my ult to get a permanent stack of HP and damage, because I did get the kill. If I didn't get the kill, it wouldn't have been worth it, but since I did, I think it was worth it. Right now, I'm just waiting to group for Baron or Dragon. We still have our outer top lane turret. This game is looking really good. This is what you want on Cho'Gath. You want to be able to really solo anyone on the enemy team, and at the very least, be able to kill squishies who are split pushing. So if they had like a Kennen or like their Quinn, like none of them can split push because I'll just run them down with Predator and kill them. And if we do team fight, I'll just pill for my Kate with silence and Q. They can't do anything. And I'm still a really tanky, powerful mage. This is what I like about Cho. You're a tanky, strong mage. You can't, this Q is just fishing. I'm just hoping they're bad enough that it would land, but you really don't want to be throwing out max range Qs without any pressure. It's just not going to happen. We're trying to set up Dragon here. My ultimate is down, so I didn't want to start it yet. And I do end up just smiting it. It's fine. My ultimate's about to be up. I don't need every single stack. It's okay to save it for fights when the enemies are trying to fight. And we end up just backing off because we're missing some HP on Darius and Diana. Like, we go for objectives, but then we typically back off after because the enemies poke us down a little bit. Ashe out of position. IQ. She flashes. Morgana Black Shield's really good on Cho'Gath. It's saving me from these Ashe slows. Mundo, IE. I could have nearly killed him there with my ult. I just need a little bit more damage. The enemies aren't in a great spot. Ashe has no flash. I just need one more Black Shield when Ashe steps up like that. Like, whenever Ashe steps up to W, if I get a more Black Shield, I can nail her with my Q. Looking for the pit because Ashe has no flash. We nearly get it here. And now that she's out of position on her own, I got Black Shield. I'm just going to run her down. I have Dead Man. She's moving at 417 movement speed. I'm moving at 450, so I'm going to catch her. I see Quinn. I pull off for a second. I'm holding on to my Q. I don't throw it neutral enough. Good bind by Morgana. I ult the Nami. We kill the Nami. My team's following up, and I end up living. That was a really good fight. You don't always have to get the kill with your ultimate on Cho'Gath. If you can get a kill for your team by getting them low, that's usually good enough, as long as you don't die. So that was overall a solid fight. I now have my Dead Man's Plate, so I could set up some stronger fights, some bigger ultimates. Right now, I am getting 1,400 HP off of my ult. That is huge. And it's doing like 800 damage to champs right now. 800. If I use my gargoyle properly, it'll be doing 1,600 true damage to champs. Just waiting to group. Cho'Gath can't go too deep by himself. Even though I'm all the way up here, my teammates are nearby. So if something bad happens, I could get some backup. I shouldn't have gone in on Mundo there. That didn't make any sense. That was a big mistake. If you're against a full tank late game and your team's not with you, there's no point because you can't kill them, at least not fast enough, and you're just going to get pinched. And you can't dodge any skill shots on big Cho'Gath. Like, you're fucking huge, man. I use Gargoyle to try to run away. I don't want to die. No reason to give away my gold, and I do get away. I think that's important. You guys saw that, so you don't make that same mistake. Don't just randomly try to solo an enemy tank without your team. You need your team. You can only kill squishies on Cho'Gath unless your team is behind you. If your team isn't behind you, don't even try to fight a tank. In the mid-late game, obviously when I killed Mundo early, that's different. In the mid-late game, they have a bunch of items, you just can't. I Predator, I'm looking to ult. I ult him, get another stack, juke all this stuff. Solid. I knew my team was going to keep fighting, so I didn't need to back since I had Predator. The only other way I could have helped my team without Predator is if I just waited behind my teammates like this to use my Q or W for my backline. Cho'Gath Jungle is a really good backline player. He can only play frontline if he has Predator and Ultimate up. Without Predator and Ultimate, he can't really force an engage, so you just have to play around your team and just pill. His W and Q are OP at pilling. So right now, my Ultimate's down, my Predator's down. I can't really engage like you see, so I'm just chilling with my backline. I'm not really going in deep. It's that simple, guys. Without ult and Predator, you can't force anything. You gotta just chill. Then we step up way too far. W. I ult. I flash. I don't know if I need to flash it. It was tough because of the Ashe, but let me show you guys a mechanic. On Gargoyle Stoneplate, you need 3 or more opponents nearby to double your HP. And if you do this properly with double HP, your ultimate will be doing double damage on Cho'Gath, pretty much. So I Q the Nami. I wait till they're close enough to me inside of my Gargoyle circle right here. And then I press it. So now that I'm big, I flash because of the Ashe slows, and then I just eat her. I probably didn't need the Gargoyle in hindsight because Nami was so low, but no reason to risk her getting healed by Ashe or something crazy. We get the kill. I still have 1600 HP. I have more HP right now than Caitlyn would have with a full HP bar. So I don't have to back, but we don't really have the tools to keep going. Caitlyn low on health, Morgana low on health, and I'm missing a huge chunk. So I might as well back. I get some more health. I'm looking to get a Warmog. This is a little bit sloppy team play. Like, my team isn't that coordinated because this is only Platinum Elo. We are going to go for this dragon. I ping my team not to because my ultimate's not up, but Caitlyn doesn't listen. Caitlyn finally realizes that, oh, you know what, Cho'Gath's trying to ult, and I guess she walks away, but then the Darius bleed kills it. Unfortunate situation. It's okay, though. Getting 16, nearly 1700 health off of my ult. It's insane. Gonna run Ashe down, got my dead mans. If you're going to use Predator while you're nearly in combat, you need to wait until the enemies aren't hitting you. It takes a second or two to channel it. It takes a second and a half. So now that they've stopped hitting me and I have the Morgana shield and black shield, I can easily channel this. So I channel it. Ashe has already wasted her W. Run her down. I just got her flash, which is huge. Gonna silence the Nami. I'm trying to ult her. Ult, another easy stack. I am now getting 1800 HP from my ultimate. That is effing huge, dude. Holy cow. I am a massive tank that they cannot one-shot under any circumstance, and I can still pill from my backline. I can still one-shot squishies. I really like Cho'Gath in low mid elo because I feel like he's one of the better scaling tanks for team fighting or for picking squishies if you're ahead. Now that we have this pick, we can play around top turret. My team wants to play around mid, so I'll come pill for my backline. If Mundo or anyone tries to get on Caitlyn, I'll just silence and knock up. Enemies are getting a little bit too comfortable. There's really nothing for us to get here. We should really be taking top turret. My ultimate's about to be back up. Nice trap by Caitlyn. She catches them in a trap. This is the only other time you'll be doing max range Qs without first slowing or silencing them. Is whenever your teammates CC them. If they already CC'd, your Q is so easy to land on Cho. I just knock them up W, and since I'm semi-AP, my spells have a decent amount of damage. So she's dead. I still have my ult. Throw out a Q, barely misses. That pick onto Quinn doesn't mean too much since she's so far behind, but it definitely helps with our pressure. Ashe is out of position. We should really be going for Baron right now. Yep, and that's what we end up doing because Quinn's dead. And Baron gives me another permanent stack. I am now at 1900 free HP, guys. That is insane. And every stack you get on your ultimate makes your ultimate do more damage as well. So it's not just AP. I'm also getting raw true damage on my ulti against champions and monsters. So that's really, really, really big. Once again, waiting for my team to fight here in the late game. I'm not looking for any picks. No one on that enemy team is out by themselves, so I'm just waiting for my team. If someone was split pushing, I'd go get a free kill. That's not the case. I'm just chilling on the side near my teammates. I come to play backline, play for my Kate. She's really, really fed. She has 3 full items. Ashe has 4, but I mean, I'm so tanky, I can out-tank the Mundo. I really want to get this turret, so I run up, I get blinded. While I'm blinded, I gargoyle like you see here. And then I turn into Baron with 9,000 HP. They can't kill me, I'm just tanking for my team. I get a triple knock-up. I Q the Lux, I silence like 4 of them, and I die. That's totally okay. I ate all the spells for my team. I got the enemies low, I CC'd them, that's fine. As long as you tank near your teammates and you're landing your stuff, it's worth it. Even though I died, we aced them, and we still have 3 people alive. And that's how you play Cho'Gath Jungle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Cho guide. If you forgot the runes and stuff, just go back to the beginning of the game. That's where I show them. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.